Chess is a game of concentration and skill. Some may consider chess old-fashioned, but it's alive and well in Broome County this weekend. Today was the 5th annual Broome County Chess Tournament in Binghamton. Players from across the area stared at their pieces, calculating the right move. The tournament organizer calls today's turnout decent, but he says he misses the days when the competition was full.
But for sit-down tournaments like this, it's hurt the numbers a little bit because people can play online, but it's still the most popular game in the world, still.
The youngest player in the tournament was Raymond Wong. He's an 11-year-old from Ithaca. He isn't ranked yet, but his competitors say he's one of the best in the area and a player to watch in the coming year.
Hi folks, John Cordisco back again. Another game from round 1 of the Bilbao Chess Masters Final. This is the other game. If you see my other video, it has Anand versus Ponomariov. This one is Pau Vallejo against Aronian. Vallejo is from Spain. Aronian is from Armenia. Levin is now currently number 3 in the world. Have to get used to that. He was number 2 for a while. And Fabiola Caruana has that honor now. Anyway, let's get to it. Vallejo is white. Aronian is black. It's going to be a Nimzo Indian. Let's go through this a little bit. It's pretty much all theory, so I'll kind of buzz through this. H6, bishop, G5. Kind of looks like a King's Indian almost, doesn't it? Except the pawn's on E6. Knight D4, Queen, F5, H4. This is getting crazy already. Gotta love it though. Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes, pawn takes, G4. And look at the space that black has on the king side. Can he hold it? We'll have to see. Computer's got a tiny advantage. Quarter of a pawn for black. Knight to D2. How is white going to get his light squared bishop out? We know how black is, of course. D5, E4. If C had taken instead, and after D takes, I'm not so keen on that, to be honest with you. That C and D pawn for black's a little awkward trying to develop. After E4, D takes, knight takes, bishop. Now, those of you that are wondering what would have happened if he took the knight after queen takes, queen E7, queen takes A8. And white's up the exchange and the pawn both. After bishop B7, knight D2, knight to D7, queen E3. That's a good centralizing move for that queen. This poor knight, though, really has nowhere to go worth anything. He can't go here or here, but he will eventually. Queen to F6. Looks like black wants the castle long, and that's probably a good idea. Bishop D3. Allows him to take the bishop on pawn on G2. Rook H2, bishop comes back. Rook E2. Now, that's a very powerful queen and rook tandem there on the E pawn. But of course, he let it go, gets his pawn back. Queen takes, rook takes. Now let's take a look here at what we have. Looked like black was doing very well on the king side, and it just kind of petered out. Now that backward F pawn, pawn on F5 for black it's going to be a problem. How's he going to defend that? And he has to defend this pawn as well with the rook now invading his territory. Knight to C5. We all see, of course, if he takes this and triples his pawns, rook this takes. And he can't retake because this pawn is hanging. So good move there by Levin. Rook D3, just guarding the bishop instead of retreating him. Knight takes, rook takes, F4. It's like Levin's fighting back here. He's getting rid of one of his weaknesses. It's good to get rid of a weakness of yours and at the same time cause a weakness for your opponent. That's double duty. That's actually excellent. Pawn takes, rook d to f8. Now he got rid of his weak f pawn, and white has these two weak pawns here. So that was a good deal for Levin. King to f2. Pawn checks. Rook takes f4. King just goes to g3, and he's fine. So he tried a little trick here. Rook takes. Rook takes. King e3. Rook takes. That way he gets the other pawn. Now we're dead even on score on the computer, and so is the material. What to do? What to do? You're white, what do you do? Obviously, you double up your rooks. Good choice by Vallejo. Checks. King to d3. Bishop c6. That one I'm wondering about. I mean, what else could he do? His rook on h4 is kind of hemmed in a little bit. Knight to f3, hitting the rook. Bishop checks. King to d2. Bishop takes, rook takes. Now we got double rook endgame. I think black, that exchange of minor pieces, actually did a little better here. He's got some options now. Rook here, and some other things as well. Or bringing this pawn down. He's got some options. Rook checks. King d3. Rook takes pawn. Rook to g7. Now it looks like Vallejo is trying to get his rook here for the double attack and start picking up some material. King to b8. Rook to h7. He's going to round up the h-pawn first. Now we get the double rooks here. Actually, mate is threatened. I'll do it in red because it's a lot more forceful. Rook here, mate. c5. Pawn could take, but after rook to f8, it might be difficult for black. It's a tiny advantage here for black. b5, he decides to push through. Obviously, he's got this pawn here. He's going to end up losing this one, so now he's going to try his other outside pass pawn. Rook to e3. Rook takes. King takes. If rook here instead, king to e4, and it comes out the same. After rook takes, king takes, rook to a3, threatening the c-pawn, king to d2, rook a6, c4, trying to trick him into taking so the king can come up, and he can't protect that pawn. He can't protect both, the c-pawn and the h-pawn. B takes, king c3, c6, rook takes, king, rook, king, rook, king, rook, king. You get the idea? Rook, and king to b7, and that's a draw. I thought it was an interesting game. The middle game was somewhat interesting. I thought maybe that with all those pawns being pushed by Levin Aronian on the king side, that white had some kind of play in the center with the queen still on the board, but he decided to trade him instead, and so it kind of petered out into a rook pawn ending, double rook, and then a rook pawn ending. Anyway, folks, that's the other game from round one of the Bilbao Chess Masters Final 2014. I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank all my new subscribers in the last few weeks. Got quite a few. I'm very happy, and I very much appreciate it. Thank you. And those that haven't subscribed, please do. And if you could click the like button, that would be awesome as well. And as I always say, if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.
It's an age-old game, and one local man wants to bring its popularity back to the area. John Cordisco hosted the 4th annual Broome County Chess Championship this weekend at Cordisco's Chess Center in Binghamton. About a dozen chess enthusiasts joined the tournament, vying for a piece of the prize money, a trophy, and of course bragging rights. This year, David Gogan took first in the open section, and Daniel Dudley took first in the reserve section. Cordisco, who actually grabbed second in the reserve section, says chess is more than just a game.
If you're a player, it's hard to describe. There's a quote that I use all the time that if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right.
Cordisco holds the tournament each year in memory of his brother, Francis Cordisco. He hopes to bring back the love of chess to the southern tier, where it once thrived in the 70s during the Bobby Fischer glory days.